Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super mega excited to share this storyline that's actually available to watch on a very interesting movie, and the relationship is between Sophia and Ingrid, and let me tell you, it's very promising. But before we get into further details and discuss everything, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments because it's very important.
Okay, let's go. In the snow. And I will hold up a mist. I have to get back to work now.
Yes, so basically the movie follows Rose and her daughter Sofia. They travel to Spanish seaside town Almeria to consult with the shaman Dr. Gomez, a physician who could possibly hold the cure to Rose's mysterious illness. Basically, she cannot walk. She haven't been able to walk for years, but sometimes she is able to walk. So there is a lot of mystery going around, in this case, Sofia's mother's health. Later on, you can see that Sophia has been trapped by her mother's illness, and she just takes care of her mom and studies and basically has no friends, has no routine. All she does is basically support her mom through thick and thin. And obviously there comes times that she starts to question herself and be like, is this my life? But it's also her mother, and her mother is all she have. So there's just a lot also that goes on, also representing the relationship between, in this case, mother and daughter, when the daughter also feels like she's feeling guilty for feeling trapped in her mother's health situation. So later on, as things starts to progress, you can slowly but surely see that Sophia, she's actually starts, to put herself out there. Not actually put herself out there, it just happened randomly. Once, she was at the beach and she just saw someone, on a horse, and it was Ingrid. And later on, she went to a public bathroom in a restaurant and she saw Ingrid. So when she and Ingrid met for the very first time, you can see that Ingrid was very straightforward towards Sophia. She basically introduced herself, and that day they went out to the beach and they just immediately connected, because this is a town where there's basically nothing going on. It's only a few people. So they basically just right off the bat was drawn to one another. And you can also see that Ingrid was actually the one that was going for Sophia. Sophia was, like, I won't say having her doubts, but she was just trying to pick out the scene. But you can slowly see that she very quickly just went towards this attraction towards Ingrid as well. And later on, as things start to progress, you can quickly see that the two start to get romantically involved with one another. And at the beginning, it actually looks like everything was okay, everything was normal. But later on, you can see that Sophia actually ends up finding out that Ingrid is also involved with other people. So it looks like in this case, Ingrid, she is not monogamous. She actually she is involved with multiple people, in this case men. And it looks like, so far as what I could see, that Sophia is the only woman that she was involved with, but she was involved with other men, so she doesn't believe in monogamy. And obviously that is something that didn't sit well with Sophia, because you can see every time she would see, in this case, Ingrid with a person or with someone else, it would definitely just make her go into a whole bad mood. She will get home, take her stress out on her mother, but also still at the same time dealing with her mother's issues. So it was just a lot on her, and she was on the verge to explode. But somehow Ingrid can always figure out a way to get, in this case, Sophia back. She could always find a way to get her back to where she needs her to be. In this case, Ingrid get in this case Sophia back to where she needs to be, because you would say they would go some time without spending time together, and then Ingrid would just come around, then Sophia would just melt again and just go back into her arms. So it's kind of like two women that love each other or care for each other, but they have the whole different views on relationships. That's basically on what I can sum it out to. But later on, as things start to progress a little bit more intensively between the two, you can see that Ingrid actually confessed a very dark secret to Sophia, where she said that she basically eliminated somebody, and that she felt guilty for what happened to her sister, because her sister basically didn't pass away, and but she did hurt her sister when they were smaller. And now her sister lives with those consequences of that day for the rest of her life, because she was basically very heavily damaged by that because of an incident that happened, when it comes to an injury. And you can see that Ingrid basically carried this weight on her because she feels guilty for the fact that she can, live her life freely and, just be, how can I say, like, be like, just be, have a regular life. And her sister is struggling, because of that one incident that happened with them when they were kids. And you can see that, Ingrid, she does carry that weight, she does carry that. Maybe if I wouldn't have done that, but Sophia comes in the picture and basically just showcasing her, like, hey, you should not feel guilty for something that happened. And when you were both kids, you both were kids, you go both, didn't know that this was gonna happen. You should stop blaming yourself, because you can see that somehow that definitely affected Ingrid a lot. Maybe that's why, like, she's so, like, you can see she's a lover person, she seeks for attention, but also at the same time she doesn't want to be loved. So it's very, very confusing. And you can also slowly see that there came a point that Sophia started to be, tired regarding this whole situation when it comes to her and Ingrid, back and forward, because you can see, like, Sophia would distance herself from Ingrid, and then Ingrid will just randomly show up trying to get her back, and then it will be a whole situation. But you can see that, Sophia, she genuinely did want to be with Ingrid, but she also was very much aware that Ingrid would not just be with her, and she wasn't okay with it, but she just thought that maybe she would change, her point of view regarding relationships, because they never really spoke about relationships or being in a relationship. It's just something that happened, and now you have to deal with it because that person has different views, because you also don't want to lose that person, because this person found you at a very vulnerable stage in your life where you feel lonely, where you don't have friends, where you don't have nobody. You live like a normal life with your mom, taking care of your mom. You're having to deal with the troubles when it comes to your father as well, your father and your mother not having a good relationship, you being lonely, you just not knowing what you want out of life. You don't know if your mom is gonna get healed, and then also getting tragic news that your mom is actually thinking about doing other things that will also affect you a lot. So there's a lot that she also has to deal with, in this case Sophia. And when in this case she met Ingrid, it was just like a breath of air, but also finding out there's also kind of like a toxic situation for her was also a lot. And there came a point that you can clearly see that Sophia, she couldn't handle it anymore, and she exploded. She exploded on her mom. She didn't explode on Ingrid, but yes, she did. She did explode on Ingrid, and she just had to give Ingrid also a reality check. But I don't know if they actually end up together, because they just finished a scene hugging. But the one thing about this whole movie is that the end for me was like, I couldn't get the end. I was like, what really happened? Like, the way the movie ended is definitely what made me like be so shocked, because I definitely didn't see like that ending happen when it was her, between her and her mom. So yeah, I would highly recommend watching. If you guys don't know, the movie is called Hot Milk. Hot Milk. Hot Milk. Hot Milk. It's available to watch on Apple TV and also Amazon Prime, depending on your location. Highly recommend it. I will definitely rate this movie a strong 8 out of 10. Really did enjoy it. Yes, it is in English. So good movie, good movie. Highly recommend watching it. Like, for real, amazing movie. So yes, guys, that's basically it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, because it does matter. Until the next video, until the next review. And I really hope you all have enjoyed this one, and goodbye.